Welcome back to Orange Hat Santa Reviews, folks. I blame Drunk 3PO for this getup because, you know what, I'm usually Grinch during November, but, for some weird reason, that wonderful guy named Drunk 3PO, philanthropist, does awesome stuff for people, just started sprucing up his little, or like a Christmas-themed profile, and I'm like, meh. But then I just kept on looking at it, and for some reason, it almost was like his profile was looking at me with those Puss in Boots eyes. And it's like, God damn you, Drunk. So this get up with even an orange Santa hat for you all. Now, welcome back to the Versus Streams, folks. We are in episode 18. And yes, I am going to be doing this whole damn thing in this get up. It is itchy as hell, but I love you all, so I'm doing it. So, with that being said, we're going to introduce the ladies of the stream first. Also, Kamen Rider, if you ever do get into the chat, announce yourself so I can send you a link because you, sir, recommended this. So, yeah, you are definitely on the panel, buddy, but I need you. I couldn't contact you on Twitter because I don't know your handle. But, yep. So let's get the introduction started. We're going to start with the first one who hasn't been on my channel yet. She has her own channel. She is doing great with it. She talks about entertainment. She talks about a little bit of politics and stuff. You know her. You love her. She's from the channel Giovanna Banana. Everybody give it up for Giovanna.
What's going on, everybody? Sorry, I don't have my camera on.
How you doing, Giovanna?
Today, but I'm doing well. What about you?
That's okay. I'm good. So give your channel a plug. What kind of stuff do you do and whatnot?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been uploading as much as I used to, but I promise I will get back on some kind of normal routine. But I focus on entertainment and just SJW stuff because it's like funny. And sometimes I do, well, actually not sometimes, every Friday, I try to do Giovanna and Friends streams. It's not really the most consistent thing ever, but hopefully next week we can get back into it. It's just been crazy because I'm working like 2 jobs, not trying to create excuses or anything, but that's that. And I also do movie reviews, but, there's not a lot of movies coming out right now. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Alrighty. And Kamen Rider, I see you are in the chat. So there is the StreamYard link. So you automatically do get a spot on this panel. So get your butt in here and I'll finish introductions with the others. The next one, y'all know her from her own channel. She does artwork. She does videos herself. How you doing, Pastor G? And y'all know her. Y'all love her. It's the Mystic Riot Kitty.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm here today, and well, I haven't been uploading at all just because of school and jobs because of COVID and whatnot. But you know what? I'm here today with the lovely Orange Hat Santa, and we're going to discuss some stuff. And this here is my special versus stream get up is Minot in a cat girl costume from Street Fighter.
Nice.
Hope you guys enjoy the show.
Alrighty. And my next guest is a friend of mine from Facebook. He knows animes inside and out. We talk a lot about certain things here and there. And he's a good friend. I've known him for a few years. Everybody say hi to Cody Russell. Say hi, Cody.
Hello, everybody.
I think he's a little frozen.
Sorry, I was talking
Yeah.
to my... Oh, am I frozen? That sucks.
A little bit, yeah.
Check my settings.
It happens. There you go. You're unfrozen now.
Let me see my camera real quick.
Yep.
Oh, I am?
You're in and
Good
out,
now.
but your audio sounds good. Your audio
Yeah.
sounds good now.
I'm back
Yeah.
again from.
You're in and out, but
Alrighty.
you sound good for the most
If it
part.
freezes up,
Alrighty.
I'll probably just. Alrighty.
Alrighty. So now we're just waiting for Kamen Rider to get into the backstage, and because this is his recommended versus stream, he recommended this a couple months ago actually, and it's like, you know what, that does sound like a good one. Originally, I wanted to do a Naruto versus Yusuke, but that never panned out, and it ended up being the Black Widow versus Chun-Li, which actually that one turned out pretty well. So, yep, while we wait for Kamen Rider, if he does intend on coming in, there he is. Oh my gosh, his device is not connected. Okay, now there he is. Yeah. He is. Oh my gosh, his device is not connected.
Hello.
How are you, Kamen?
Oh, hey.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alrighty. How are you? Welcome to the panel. You automatically. Yep. Can you hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm hearing an echo. Okay, I'm hearing an echo. All right, so Cayman, if that's on your end, mute the stream so we can all talk to each other. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right, so Cayman, if that's on your end, alrighty, mute the stream. We can all talk to each other. Okay, buddy?
Hold on.
Okay. Right. Getting a lot of this fake Santa hair in my mouth. And I agreed to this. Alrighty. So now that we have everybody on stream, Kamen Rider, do you have any content for your channel that you would like to plug before we get going? I think there is a... Can everybody still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just
Oh.
fine.
Oh, we lost
My
Kamen
sound
Rider.
cut out for a second.
I can still hear you.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I still look ridiculous in this thing. Yes, I know. Santa hair and mouth sounds like a mouthful. Yeah, Soul Assassin it is. How you doing, Pastor G? And let's see who else is in here. While we wait for Kamen Rider to get back in here.
oh,
We
Fenrir
got-
Fire is in here. Hello.
Yep, Fenrir Fire. How you doing? Mongo, good to see you. Kiri Morning is in the chat as well. Always a pleasure, Kiri. So,
Yo, what's up?
yep. She says hi to Giovanna. And we got new comments. So, yep, Fenrir Fire, Pastor. Considering it's 2020, I'll excuse the Christmas theme. Otherwise, it doesn't bring any or belong any time before Thanksgiving. Yes, well, like I said, Pastor, I blame Drunk 3PO for this. He's the one that just kind of really his it's okay, buddy. All right, Kamen Rider. But yeah, I blame Drunk 3PO because his profile looked at me with those Puss in Boots wide eyes that just you can't say no to it. So yeah. Alrighty, Kamen Rider. Well, dude, still stay in the chat. We're gonna discuss your versus stream. So alrighty, let's get going here. We got Yusuke Yurameshi, the spirit detective that also happens to have a demonic gene from 40 generations before him. So yeah, he is a wisecracking 16-year-old spirit detective that went on to fight demons of several high classes. He got trained not by a perverted old man like Master Roshi in Dragon Ball Z, but rather by a really serious old chick that can turn herself young by manipulating her spirit energy named Genkai. And he has gone on to befriend other demons and his buddy / rival from high school, Kuwabara. And he's always getting smacked around by his kind of girlfriend, but not really girlfriend, Keiko. This is an anime, folks, so they got awesome, cool Japanese names. So yeah, he has fought. He has got his ass kicked. He has got his butt beaten to a pulp. He's died and come back. He has done all of it. And then he even went to meet his demonic ancestor that gave him the demon gene, the Mazaku, known as Toshin Raisen, and trained and trained and trained until, well, he was kind of his equal, but Raisen was pretty much on his deathbed when he was fighting him. So yeah, Yusuke's power set is pretty much Planet Buster. He could blow up the earth if he wanted to. He has outdone Sensui, who was a spirit detective before him, and Sensui could only use 50% of his full power on Earth, because if he used any higher, it would risk blowing up the planet, which Sensui, as a villain, didn't want to do. He loved everything but humans. So, basically, to put that in scale, Yusuke far surpassed him in the later seasons. And I'm hearing a bag or something. What am I hearing? Oh, it was Giovanna.
No, that wasn't me. I just
wasn't you?
in case it was me.
Ah, okay.
Back.
Was it you, Cody? Oh, whoever it was. Oh, there it is. Anyway, we're going to get back to what I was talking about. Yusuke has surpassed all of his friends and all of his enemies, and he has fought demons that were even stronger than he was, holding his own because of his special hybridization between human and demon energy. So he has fought in so many different tournaments against demons, tournaments against even more demons, and even more demons, and even more demons. The kid is so stubborn and so much of a jackass that he's a wisecracking and he's a punk kid, but he also does care in certain ways. Now, Ryu, everybody knows Ryu from Street Fighter. He is when he started out, was one of the purest Street Fighters, as we know. But then they started getting him into some Dark Hado energy, giving him a little bit of a Dark Hado infusion, and suddenly he could kind of transform in multiple stages, kind of tap into it a little bit here and there. Yes, I'm going to be itching like this for a while, folks, because this thing is just really tickling my nose. But, yeah, Ryu has gone up against genetically enhanced foes that have all the Street Fighter powers, and he managed to fight that one in the semi-transformed state. And then when he goes up against Akuma, who is a big bad in the Street Fighter universe, he goes into his evil Ryu state, which he basically looks like Akuma, and just with kind of spikier hair. He looks like Ryu, but with spiky hair that's kind of like almost orangish or really light brown. And he can do, I cannot remember what the move is called, but he just grabs you, the whole screen goes dark, you hear a bunch of punches, and then he's just standing there with his glowing sign on his back. Now, to be 100% funny as this whole thing is going to be, I remember Team 4 Stars Cell Games Cell Versus. And Cody probably knows what I'm talking about. Do you remember when Evil Ryu went up against Cell? Cody.
Yeah, I think I believe.
Yeah, that one was funny because he beats up Ken, and then Ryu just loses it and becomes Evil Ryu, and just starts, "Ah!" And then Cell goes, "Ah!" And then it goes dark. You hear the beating up, but then you see Ryu's down, not Cell, and Cell's like, "What just happened?" It is freaking hilarious, folks. If you guys ever see anything from Team 4 Star, you gotta watch their Cell Versus series because, oh my freaking god, it's amazing. But yes, Ryu is like one of the strongest flippin' Street Fighters. The animated movie was where I was introduced. Well, no, it was actually that crazy ass Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia film that I was introduced to Street Fighter. Yes, I also played the game before that, but I like the animated Street Fighter 2 movie. Yes, for all you guys, you probably know the one I'm talking about with Chun-Li in the shower. Y'all know it. Yeah, that one. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Ryu, where he basically opens up Sagat's chest with his Shoryuken. And this dude is no slouch. When he is in his normal state, he could bench a rock that is like 100 tons, consistent throughout the comics and manga and whatnot. So he's no slouch either. This dude has fought people who can literally destroy mountains and whatnot. So yeah, he's also close to planet busting himself. He is an extremely well-talented martial artist. He searches the world to fight people. Whew. Damn, this folks, drunk, if you ever watch this, I'm going to send this beard to you. After Christmas, I'm sending this beard to you. And you're going to have to wear it for the entire month of January. Anyway. Yes, it is. And so, yes, he fights. He's always looking for a stronger opponent. He's kind of like Goku in that way, where Goku is just wanting a stronger opponent. So now that we basically have these two fighters and all of the relevant, pertinent information on the floor for everyone to know, without saying why, Giovanna, who wins, Yusuke or Ryu?
I think Yusuke.
Yusuke. Cody, who's going to win without saying why, Yusuke or Ryu?
Yusuke.
Riot, who's going to win, Yusuke or Ryu?
Well, my profile picture kind of gives it away, but I will say Ryu.
Okay, so you're giving it to Ryu. Pastor G says Ryu. Everybody put your own, or everybody in the chat, put your vote in the chat as well, so we all know who's Kamen Rider. Also, if you're also in the chat, put your who do you think would win, Yusuke or Ryu? Me, honestly, it's a toss-up. Because if it comes down to raw power, Yusuke will take this. If it comes down to martial arts and whatnot, I think that Ryu would actually take it because Yusuke is not really a martial artist. He's a street fighter. He's a brawler. But he also has widely more and highly vast reserves of energy that he can tap into. Now, we're going to get in, and that's my reasoning as to why Yusuke would win. Giovanna, what's your reasoning as to why you picked Yusuke?
Like you said before, Yusuke has like the demon powers in him, and I was looking up on Wiki Fandom before when I was doing my research on this stuff, and he has a lot of powers that relate to spirits, and I feel like really in any like franchise or lore, the power, like any kind of spiritual power, is like the most powerful power that you can have. Like if you look at Star Wars, like it's like the Force, it's a spiritual thing, and it could be more powerful than like just fighting with a lightsaber. So I kind of took that analogy here, that because Yusuke has his spiritual powers, while Ryu has more of like the brawler kind of thing, as you said before.
Well, to be fair, Yusuke does also, or not Yusuke, but Ryu does have energy waves that he can throw, the Hadouken and the Dark Hadouken. And the Dark Hadouken. But yes, I understand. Cody, your reasoning as to your pick.
Yep. As I looked at all of his stuff, like I said, mostly Ryu. For most of his attacks, whereas Yusuke still has most of his is longer range, medium.
Yeah.
Like with his spirit gun, which he has multiple forms of. You have like his spirit gun normal, then there's the spirit shotgun.
Yep.
And then, of course, according to the movies, you have
the spirit wave
shotgun version, which is the upgraded version of the spirit shotgun. Then you also have the spirit wave as well, along with the spirit gun barrage and spirit mega. And then along with his demon form, if he ever uses it, he also has access to that as well. With demon, but like I said, with Ryu, he just has the Hadouken, which is which he only has it in just energy projectile, which he can only fire it off with just fire and electric. And then the dark one as well when he's as his evil form. So.
Alrighty. And Riot, what's your reasoning behind Ryu?
Well, for me, it just comes down to who is the more skillful fighter, and I do think Ryu is that. I mean, all the power in the world doesn't mean anything if you aren't really a good fighter, in my opinion. I did watch a couple episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho. I didn't watch the whole thing. But yeah, I think Ryu's just better at fighting, and then he can better channel his own energy to combat Yusuke.
And you actually do make some good points there. When Ryu is able to focus, but when he goes into his evil form, he does give into more instinct, but he is still a skilled martial artist. Even though he's rather brutal with it. Gosh, this damn thing. Oh, I'm going to be complaining about this all night, folks. So bear with me. But anyway, yes, you do make a lot of good points because of the martial artist skill and whatnot. He is Yusuke's better when it does come to skill and martial arts. And possibly if he does get his hands on Yusuke, if Yusuke can't hold him back with the with his ranged, as Cody says, if he goes full brutal with with his evil form, he could indeed kill Yusuke, because Yusuke has gone up against physically and more brutal characters. He's still a human. He can still get his arms broken. He can still get his bones broken and whatnot. yes, he can heal with his spirit energy, but it's not like a healing factor like Wolverine where it's really quick. It takes a while. And something that Yusuke doesn't like doing is killing human opponents. Now, if he believes that Ryu is in any way demonic because of the evil form and the Dark Hado, he will. Yes, I have it above my nose, folks, just so I could talk for a little bit without having this stuff in my mouth. He could actually, he might actually be willing to kill. Now, he doesn't like killing Yusuke, where if Ryu is in his evil form, he has no qualms about it, so he will definitely go for a kill. Now,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. That almost sounded like one of those drum beats where it's like, but you know. Giovanna, where's your drumsticks?
In the other room.
But anyway, me, I do see it 50-50. I see it that if Ryu can survive a first wave onslaught from, or not Ryu, but if Yusuke can survive a first wave onslaught from evil Ryu, I believe that he could actually take Ryu out. Because Yusuke has gone up against physically more powerful foes, and even spirit energy more powerful foes, and demonic energy more powerful foes, and he has fought them either to a standstill or has killed them or beat them. He has no qualms about killing demons because, well, demons are evil, you know. And when he was fighting the spirit detective Shinobu Sensui, who we are going to give some scaling to here, who is a planet buster himself, Ryu is a potential planet buster. So he may not be energy-wise as powerful as Yusuke, but he certainly does have the brutality and the physical skill to best Yusuke. Where Yusuke is an adaptive fighter, but mostly punches and whatnot, he also has tells, because Shinobu Sensui, when he was fighting him, he's like, or he knows and studies Yusuke, he's like, I know exactly what you're going to do because you don't change your fighting technique. Yusuke is very predictable when it comes to certain things, but I still do think that he could take the win in certain scenarios, where in other scenarios, this thing is, I have already just pictured myself ripping this mask off 3 times. Anyway, drunk again, I blame you. So Yusuke, yes, he can take the win in certain scenarios, but then so can Ryu in certain scenarios. I mean, if he uses that move where that's basically an automatic win if he gets his hands on Ryu, where everything, or Yusuke, where everything goes dark and you hear the beaten to a pulp kind of thing, well, there you go. It might be over for Ryu or Yusuke. But if Yusuke is tapped into his demonic and living energy power, or spirit energy, he has actually combined those powers. And it has rivaled even Shinobu Sensui's most powerful form, what was it called? Sacred energy, which is the highest echelon of power. Somebody was going to say something, I think it, or Cody, were you going to say something?
The Orange Hat Santa, I think, yeah, because I wrote it down. I think I might be called, is what I think that move might be called.
You're going in and out, Cody. So
where it goes all dark % for sure, but it says from what I wrote down the quick description of it, says,
yeah.
Oh,
your audio is kind of skipping a little bit, buddy. But what were you saying?
What I wrote down for it's a 16 strike attack that cripples both the body and soul.
Oh, damn. What's it called?
So that might be it, but I'm not 100% for sure.
All right, we caught the tail end of what it's called. What's it called again?
Sun Goku Satsu.
Ah, yes, the Sun Goku Satsu. Wonder what that translates into. Anybody got Google Translate on their phones?
Nope.
I don't think it would work anyway. View versus battles have their most important factors. Much like in business, it's roughly 50-50 of location. All right, so panelists, what do you are? We're 30 minutes in. Wow, damn, that's quick. Who do you think out of 3 battles? We're going to go 3 right now. Who do you think would win in out of 3? Using using 3 different scenarios. In your minds, who do you think would win 3? And we'll start with Riot Kitty this time.
In a best out of 3. Well, I do know one thing. I probably think that Yusuke would win one, Ryu would win one, and then it would just come down to the 3rd final round. So it would be very close if it was a best out of 3, I believe, because at that point it would be like both have exhausted their energy, their respective energy sources, and probably just need to get it over with quickly. So it would come down to who could finish that 3rd fight more quickly than the other. So,
Alrighty.
so I'm saying toss up.
Giovanna.
Yeah, I still gotta give it to Yusuke because he's taken blows from demons, and I think he would outratio Ryu 2-1.
Mm-hmm. So out of 3, you would give it 2 to Yusuke?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Cody, out of 3.
I'm still have to go with Yusuke as well, but like most people, say, yeah, I still have to give it to Ye. Because with the skill set versus against Ryu, because most people know say he can use the spirit energy to heal, he can also use it with the spirit wave to launch it as an attack. That can cancel out an opponent's attack as well. So,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give it to you,
Yusuke too. Yeah.
Well, but still, it come down to that.
I think there's a very important thing here that
you were saying, right?
Oh, well, I was going to interject that basically Evil Ryu does have no, I lost it. Yeah, so he does have a move where he can absorb any attack while he's charging his, I believe it was that's what you know, Hado, that kind of a thing. So if he does charge it up, then like Yusuke would not be able to beat him while he is charging.
So he would be absorbing anything Yusuke gives or throws at him.
Yes, I don't remember what it's called though, but I did see it.
Alrighty. We got some people in the chat. Pastor Scotty thinks Ryu would lose 1 battle but prevail out of 2 out of 3. So basically, Ryu would take 2 out of 3. Poet Scotty thinks Ryu would win. Happy Dono, who'd you say would win?
Can I add on to Riot Kitty's point? I think if you put Yusuke up against Evil Ryu, I think that would be like a much more interesting battle, considering that like Evil Ryu is a bit more powerful, like I guess mentally, because when he becomes Evil Ryu, he has more determination.
That is true. Yep. And this is basically, it would come down to Evil Ryu versus Yusuke going full on. Now, basically, how I see this fight going is it would be a fight that does take steps. Cody, you wanted to say something?
Well, I wasn't for sure about the one thing she was mentioning on Riot might have been talking about was something called the Ashura Shinku, maybe. But I could be wrong. It sounds like he teleports when he's charging up.
Yes. I read about a little bit about that.
But maybe they just, who knows?
Yeah.
Something else that on that, because those are the only moves they listed for him on it.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking up a couple of things here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically the way I do see this happening is Ryu would start out, he'd be like, or he'd see, oh, you were saying something?
Nah.
No, finish your thought. Also, folks, be sure to smash the like button. So, yes, the way that I see this going is Ryu would see that Yusuke is a strong fighter, and he'd actually challenge him to a fight. Yusuke, being the punk that he is, would actually agree to the fight, and they would start. Ryu would actually be kicking ass at first. Looking at the list, Orange, checking it twice. Yes, Soul Assassin, I am. And Ryu would actually take Yusuke to town. He would actually kick his ass a little bit here and there. But as Yusuke dials up his abilities and his power, because Yusuke is a scaling power, he can actually dial it down, he can increase it. Where Ryu could also as well. And as they continue to build up, that's when Ryu would start in going into his first transform state with the Dark Hado, where it doesn't consume him completely, but it does help him, because if Yusuke hits him, Ryu's going to feel it. Ryu is going to feel it, and he's going to be like, okay, this is a real fight now. Now, when it comes to sheer speed, Yusuke is not a person to screw with, because he is insanely fast, especially the further he powers up. To give you an idea, Yusuke was basically able to, well, I wouldn't say go light speed, but he's pretty much on par with some of the Z fighters from Dragon Ball Z. He's that fast. When he got possessed by his ancestor Ryzen, he punches Sensui, and as Sensui is basically face first, kiss and grovel, and just dragging because of the hit, the sheer force of the hit, you see Yusuke just blow right by him in a blur and then just kick him again. Now, if Yusuke was to tap into his demon energy, he would get more brutal. that is something that does happen. He is known to become a little bit more brutal with his attacks. And when he taps into the Mazaku's energy, he is not as brutal as Ryzen, but he does get more brutal. Now, that's when I think that Ryu might actually let the Dark Hado come in all the way, because he'll realize then he's not dealing with a normal fighter and he needs all reserves that he's going to need. Now, if he does score that move, you know what? I'm just going to call it the everything goes black and win. No pun intended to anything, but folks, this is not an SJW channel. If you are easily offended, get the hell out. Anyway, but if Ryu does use that and ends up locking Yusuke's power, then Yusuke is fucked. There's no doubt about it. Yusuke is fucked because that is an unblockable move. You can't block it. Now, if Yusuke can avoid it, because he is indeed very fast, well, then he might actually stand a chance. And yes, Yusuke does have the ranged weaponry like his shotgun or his spirit shotgun, where he uses his fist, and I'll basically, yes, folks, I'm going to get a little bit expressive with my movements. So, shall we? Basically, he shoots out his fist like this, and spirit energy comes shooting out of his fist area, much like a shotgun blast. It's widespread. It's not as damaging as a direct spirit gun attack, but it is very devastating if it's up close. It's usually meant for more than one person. Now, if Yusuke uses the spirit wave, much like the shotgun, at a distance, it is not where it shines. Up close and personal is where it is truly devastating. Now, he could also use his spirit gun or his even demon gun or his mixture of both. As I said, his mixture of both demon and spirit energy rivals that of Shinobu Sensui's highest echelon of power, which is not just Sensui's, but the highest echelon, which is sacred energy. Basically, if you don't want anything to touch you, if you have the sacred energy, nothing will touch you. Also, like Shinobu said, when he tapped into it, I can't tap into more than 50% on this planet or on Earth because it would destroy the planet. So, yeah, I do see that maybe out of 10, and this is actually where we're going to start heading into the out of 10, I would actually see this as a progressive battle that Yusuke would win 6 out of 10. It is going to be close, folks. Believe me. I'm thinking almost that it might be a draw in some cases. But for the most part, it would be 6 wins, 4 losses on Yusuke, ultimately coming out on top. What do you all think? We'll start with Giovanna this time.
Okay, wait. Orange Head, I just said something. So, would you consider it a possible scenario for Yusuke to destroy the planet and both of them suffocating in space?
Oh, you know what? If Yusuke does get pissed off enough, he has actually shown to act impulsively. So, yes, there is a chance that Yusuke might just say, you know what, fuck it, boom. Point his finger down and just blast the planet. Because there was one episode, now that you bring that up, there was one episode of Yu Yu Hakusho where Kuwabara got yes, folks, laugh. Kuwabara got kidnapped, and they're driving away in a truck, and Yusuke just fires off full power right at the truck, and with that, or Kuwabara's in the truck, and they're all like, "Oh shit!" And Yusuke's friends are like, really, Yusuke, did you not think that, or did you think for one moment that Kuwabara might not survive that? He's like, I was angry. And if it wasn't for Sensui using his own attack to stop Yusuke's attack, well, let's just say that Kuwabara may have died. Whew, this thing is itchy. Whew, but I'm keeping it on. I've kept it on for 45 minutes, folks, and even longer from before the stream even started. So, God damn it, if that doesn't show you just how determined I am to please all of you, make sure you smack that like button and share this out. And you know what? Just smack that like button even more if you can on parody accounts. You know what? Somebody get a hold of Genesis. Tell him to get his parody accounts in here and start smacking the like button. Because, damn it, I deserve it after this kind of torture. So, out of 10, Giovanna, who wins?
This is a hard one. You know what? I'm going to kind of change my mind a little bit, and I might have to go with Ryu here. Considering, like, if you said, like, gradually he goes into his evil form, right? Like, you'd say progressively throughout the battles he would turn into evil Ryu, right?
Yes.
So I think he would have – so that's why I think he has a stronger chance of pulling it out. Yeah, this is a tough one, but I think I'm going to have to change my mind to Ryu instead of Yusuke.
Okay, so we got a mind change. All right. That has actually happened before in the Cheetah versus Tigra one. And it's completely okay to change your minds, folks. So, right, or Giovanna, out of 10, how many does you or Ryu take?
I would say 6. It would be a close one for me, like a 6-4 ratio.
All right, 6-4. Riot, out of 10.
I would have to go. Well, I already said I'm on Team Ryu, but yeah, I would have to go with Ryu on this one. Unlike with the 3, the 10 battles are obviously much longer than 3 battles, so either both of them exhaust their energy and it just turns into a fist fight, or Evil Ryu comes out while Yusuke's spirit energy is exhausted and he wins.
So 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably say like a 7 out of 10 maybe.
All right, 7 out of 10. Okay. Cody, out of 10. How many wins for Ryu? How many wins for Yusuke?
Happy time.
10 scenario going on. But with a 10 scenario battle, man. Yusuke, I know he might have enough to endure for quite some time. Well, I might just actually scratch for draw for 5. They might draw.
So
Yeah, that is a possibility that they might draw.
Yes, there is a 6-4 on.
Yeah, draw 5 for both.
All right, so you would actually give it a draw for 5 out of 5. And me, yeah, it would be either a 6-4 going to Yusuke, or it would be a draw. Honestly, I do see it going that way because there might be one where, like Riot brought up, Yusuke could just get pissed off and just say fuck all and blast the planet.
That would be the most hilarious ending.
Doing that.
I mean, he would go or I would see that he would go Frieza out of, or he would go for broke and just pull a Frieza. Now, with that being said, we're only 49 minutes in. Wow. Okay, so we're going to just do a little bit of we've basically come to our conclusion, folks. So, we're just going to do a little bit of talking right now.
Yeah.
But before we do, I do want to give a special shout out to Kamen Rider because Kamen Rider has said he would get, or Yusuke wins out of 10. How many does Yusuke win out of 10, Kamen Rider?
Yeah, maybe like 10 out of 10.
I mean, that would be a wishful think, but you know what? And also, folks, because you all have dealt with me in this very itchy and annoying beard, I mean, I might go full Grinch soon. I do have another. God damn, this beard has frozen my brain. Whew.
It's like the Ice King's crown. It's erasing your memory.
Yeah. Okay. 2 weeks from now is my next versus stream. So basically, that one is going to be Hellboy versus Spawn.
Ooh.
Now, we only have 2 people on that so far, Ambassador and Mongo. So there is an opening if anybody wants to come on to that one from the current panel.
I mean, let's see. I would actually love to come on that one, Orange Hat. I just need to wait for my work schedule next week.
Alrighty, I have you
a definite answer.
I have you written down as a possible, so there's now 2 spots. Giovanna, would you like to join that one as well?
Yeah, it's same time, right? 9 p.m. Eastern?
Yes.
I'll let you know if anything pops up. But yeah, I'll come to that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say yes right now, but yeah, my work locations, like, they only put out a schedule every week, so it's not for 1 week.
Well, that's the safest thing to do in this whole COVID situation. So yeah. Oh, by the way, people, I am not monetized, so I can say COVID-19 all I want.
I'll just call it what I like, Voldemort virus.
Exactly, Voldemort virus. There you go.
Cannot speak its name.
Yeah, the virus that shall not be named. And then December, we got Vader versus Revan and Batman versus Iron Man. Now, Batman versus Iron Man does have a full panel. Sorry, folks. But Vader versus Revan does have 2 spots open. And then that will end season 1 of the Versus streams. I do have season 2 planned out, but December is when I will give you guys a taste of what is to come in season 2. So I will not spoil the beans or spoil the fun just yet, but there is one in season 2 that none of you will want to miss, because it will include, no joke, the full Aussie.
Gonna be a good one.
Yes, everybody. I don't think Cody knows who the full Aussie is. Cody, if you're not working tomorrow at 9 a.m., go to a channel called Lethal Lightning, and you will get to experience 3 awesome Australians who are great YouTubers in their own right. And Soul Assassin, if the full Aussie link is up, share it in the chat so y'all can set your reminders, because
it is up. I saw it, I think.
Yeah, because that, folks, is a great freaking channel. Lethal Lightning is a great YouTuber. The dude knows what he's doing. The dude is a freaking comic genius. Well, I wouldn't say he's a comic fan genius. There you go. And he's Australian. What's not to love about Australians? Also, you got two other Australians, one from Victoria. Fuck Victoria, by the way. You also got Lyndon, who, well, Lyndon Hal, dude. Lyndon Hal. I'm pretty sure his head just turned at the mention, or at my mentioning his name all the way in Australia right now. Lyndon is an awesome YouTuber. And Raging Rhino, who is the other YouTuber from Victoria, Australia. Again, fuck Victoria. For all you,
England, you loves.
yeah, for all you who knows the full Aussie enough, you know what it means with or you know what I mean when I say fuck Victoria, because let me put it into context. Somebody went from Victoria, outside of Victoria, accidentally passed COVID to the other places, and the person from Victoria basically caused another lockdown in Australia. Because, oh, god damn this thing. Hold on 1 second. I need to get a drink. But yes. Whew. And I need to itch my face too. Swear to God, I'm probably going to break out in hives. I wish. At this point. But yes.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant, because when I hear Victoria, I either think of that Queen Victoria or the main character of my book, Victoria.
Riot, aren't you either a member or a moderator on Lethal's channel?
Yes, I have a wrench.
How do you not know the fuck Victoria reference?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh, man. Well, woman, sorry. I didn't mean to misgender you. Oh wait.
I am
no,
a cat
I didn't.
girl, but yes, I am a lady.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to misgender her, folks, but you know what? I'm also not gonna apologize completely, because here's the thing. She knows it was an honest mistake. So, before we do go, did any of you guys hear about Johnny Depp?
Is this the new Amber Heard stuff?
This is him getting fired from Warner Brothers because he lost his battle against the Sun.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
I
Yep.
did not hear about him getting. I heard about him losing the battle against the Sun. I didn't hear about him getting fired, though.
I heard about it already, that he got fired from the Fantastic Beasts 3, which is now delayed.
Yep.
Oh, I heard about the
Because of
Fantastic Beasts thing.
Because he lost his libel case.
Yeah,
because
folks.
He's fired because he lost his libel.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
It is terrible. Folks, Johnny Depp is in no way a perfect person. I mean, he has said some stupid shit, but that does not mean he deserves to get the crap kicked out of him, punched, and have his finger chopped off, which everything shows that Amber Heard has done to him. Now,
And pooped
they
in
fired.
his bed.
Say what?
And pooped in his bed.
Oh, yes. Amber Heard also took a massive shit in his bed, saying that it was a freaking prank. Nobody shits in a person's bed as a prank. I'm sorry. That's just
weird.
That's just college prank bullshit that,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah.
that's not a prank at all. That's just disgusting. That'd be like saying, "Oh no, I just decided to take a whiz in your bed. That's a prank."
Yeah.
No, that's not a prank at all. That was just me deciding that I hate you enough that I wanted to take a pee in your bed, and we're 3-year-olds as well. That's
Amber Heard is truly a vile human being, folks. So let's get some justice for Johnny in the chat, because we need some justice for Johnny. And he did say that he is appealing the case against the Sun. So I hope he does. And you know what? I hope this time he'll actually win. Because he should not be defined as something that he is not. Anyway, folks, we are at the hour mark, so I will give the lovely ladies one more chance or one more opportunity.
Wait. I do want to ask you guys a question.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if what is your favorite Yu Yu Hakusho character or Street Fighter character?
You know what? That's actually a marvelous question. And my favorite Yu Yu Hakusho character is Hiei. The short little bastard that's also a demon that uses one of the coolest moves in the entire anime, the Dragon of the Darkness Flame. My favorite Street Fighter character, well, shit. There's so many that I don't know of, but the ones that I do know of, I'll actually go with Akuma. Because he's awesome looking. And the dude has a nose that would make any Italian person blush.
Okay.
So, Cody, who's your favorite Yu Yu Hakusho character and your favorite Street Fighter?
For Yu Yu Hakusho, is it Kurama?
Yes, Kurama.
Oh yeah, red-haired guy with green eyes.
Yeah, Plants has a huge affinity with
I
roses.
want to say Kurama. He's rose whipped, red hair,
Yep.
kind of tall, always normally hangs out with he. Yeah, I liked him a lot.
Yeah. And who's your favorite Street Fighter?
Street Fighter. I'm trying to think of his name. He was like, who'd always, yeah, I think his name was Dolly.
Oh, Dalsim.
Oh.
Long stretchy. Dalsim.
Yeah.
Was,
He's the voodoo guy, right? From India?
Yeah.
that's why I couldn't think of.
Yeah, he does yoga.
I think so, or
He
Yeah.
utilizes the power of yoga and breathes fire.
It can stretch his limbs a little bit.
Yeah. It's like he's kind of like Luffy from One Piece in that regard.
In a way, yeah. He also lost to a sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
yeah.
Giovanna.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know enough about either of these franchises to come to a conclusion and make an educated opinion. But
Okay.
unfortunately, I do have to leave because I gotta be up for work tomorrow. I'm training at this new place. But
All
Dan,
right.
thank you so much for having me on. This was a lot of fun. And shout out to everyone on the panel and in the chat. Catch me on my YouTube channel. And again, thanks, Dan, for having me on.
You're very welcome, Giovanna. Have a good
All
night.
right, bye,
Bye, guys. You
Giovanna.
too.
And with that, folks, we are going to wrap this up.
Oh wait, I want to say my favorite character.
Okay, you say yours.
Okay. So my favorite Yu Yu Hakusho character of what I've watched. Again, I think I said I watched 7 episodes or something. It would be Kuwabara. This is so funny.
Yes, he is. And believe me, he gets a lot funnier and a lot more powerful too. You'll like his
that's
character.
nice. Okay. And then my favorite Street Fighter character would have to be Vega.
Because all the women love Vega. Let's be honest, folks. All the women love Vega. I mean, have you seen him with his mask off?
Yes.
Oh, look at her blushing behind that camera.
All right. Well, okay. Now, yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, folks. And with that, I am going to end the stream. Thank you all for tuning in. If you catch this on the replay, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Make sure you sub to Riot Kitty and Giovanna. And Cody, thank you for stopping by too. Folks, make sure you tune in 2 weeks for the next one, which is, holy crap, I forgot it. Hellboy versus Spawn. And with that, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews and guests. Have a good night. Stay safe. God bless and stay humble. And I can't wait to get out of this match.